Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be talking about some of the best new launches at the drugstore. I've been testing all of these products out and really wanted to get a feel for them. I'm also going to share demos with all of these products so you can get a vibe for how they apply. I love a good first impression, but these are going to be more curated reviews and demos of these specific new launches. So we're going to get right into it because I'm super excited. So I want to get started off with these illuminating products that I kind of use as a prep and priming step, and I feel like they're both really great. So the first one is from Undone Beauty. This is the Sheer Radiance Serum Tint. There's 3 different shades of this. The one that I'm sharing today is the shade Warm Gold. Now these kind of have a unique little applicator. They look like little bingo stampers. You have just like a squeezable, somewhat soft bottle, and then a little kind of like stamp applicator which you can apply directly to the skin. After learning that these are kind of polarizing because some people really don't like the lack of punchiness or emphasis that you get from these products, but I kind of love that about them. So if you are somebody who wears really natural looking makeup, you really want something nice and minimal and just a barely there type of glow, I think you will really like these. Warm Gold is essentially like an illuminating serum that you can use underneath your makeup or mixed in with your makeup. Super lightweight, really nice and fluid. Don't go into it purchasing like the bronze and the highlight and the gold thinking it's going to have like a ton of emphasis on the skin and really create, you know, a ton of luminosity and give you that really intense strobe. But I kid you not, this with just like a little bit of a lightweight tinted SPF or a light tinted skin tint, I think it looks really nice. So I like that, but something that's a little bit more impactful and really gonna give you a good luminous glow. The Butter Glow Liquid Highlight from Physicians Formula. Now, honestly, what this reminds me of is a less intense version of the Kosas Glow IV. It still has kind of that similar shimmer, kind of intense strobe that the Glow IV from Kosas has, but it's a little bit more blendable in the sense that you can sheer it out a little bit nicer, but still impactful enough that if you are somebody who loves a true strobe and you really want to be able to just like pump up the intensity of how glowy you make your makeup look, you will really like this. I don't love it on top of makeup. I find that it causes slight lifting if I'm wearing like a foundation or something that's a little bit more medium to full coverage. So for those types of products, I would suggest mixing it in with the actual base product. If you're wearing something super lightweight like a skin tint or a tinted SPF, you can put it on top of your makeup, but I really think it shines underneath your makeup because it is actually quite moisturizing, so it feels really nice on the skin and really does give you that nice comfortable kind of moisturized feeling base to go in and put makeup on top of. I believe there's only one shade of this. This one's in the shade Glow. Now there's 2 major in my opinion, major love, like I know you are going to be as obsessed with these as I am if you tend to like a little bit more of a sheer natural looking coverage, especially for the spring and summer when you don't want to be so fully makeup-y, and you know, when you see your face in the direct sunlight and you're when a little bit heavy-handed, like the worst thing is feeling like you can really just see a ton of makeup on your skin. So I think they're both great in different ways, but I think the demo is really going to be the way that you can kind of decipher which one you like better. So I first want to talk about the Revlon Illuminance Skin Caring Foundation. Now take foundation out of your mind when looking at this product. I think Revlon is really known for, you know, more of their like full coverage products being standout, and honestly I was thinking this was going to be really similar to the Colorstay. Loved that foundation for so many years, but like it's just a little bit heavier than what I want for day to day now personally. This is so good. This is like a tinted moisturizer that can be built up to a medium coverage foundation, but just the tiniest bit is so sheer, so gorgeous. It's got hyaluronic acid and squalene, so it's so moisturizing and just feels lovely. Like it feels so comfortable on your skin, especially for long hours of time. It doesn't emphasize dry patches and it has a really nice dewy sheen to it. Think more of like a moisturized, kind of slightly oily, but a very natural looking oil to the skin, not greasy, but just like healthy, moisturized skin. And I cannot emphasize like how good this feels on your skin. The wear time is probably going to be a little bit less than ideal if you wear less of the product. So on days where I'm wearing it super minimally, I probably only get about like 4 to 5 hours, but if I really do build it up, I've had no issues with it lasting for me all day. So anywhere, if you're wearing it like medium to full, you're really going to get the most impact in terms of longevity and wear time. But you can also easily compromise the finish of this if it's a little bit more sheen and slick of a finish than you like by just lightly powdering. And I would suggest using something with a radiant finish so that you don't take away from the beautiful natural radiance of this foundation. But gorgeous, like nothing but amazing things to say about this one. And then the other one is the JOA Crystal Glow Peptide Infused Foundation. This is the beautiful kiss of luminosity in a foundation that you want. So if you're somebody who doesn't like to bop around between luminizers, or you know, you don't really care to use any type of pearlized products because you don't like that, this has the slightest kiss of those qualities to the foundation itself, while also still offering the most gorgeous kind of like airbrushed look to the skin. And because this one is not fully luminous, not fully dewy, it holds that perfect sweet spot longer, and I think that the longevity is also really great on this one. The thing I really like about JOA complexion products specifically, like as a whole, I've tried multiple JOA complexion products and been completely obsessed with them. They feel very luxurious, and I think it's just a really great brand to take pause and check out if you're looking for some really nice kind of complexion products for the summertime. But the Crystal Glow is beautiful, beautiful, soft, luminous, just gives you that nice, plump, healthy, radiant looking skin. At first, I hated this concealer. It took me so long to figure out where it fit into my routine. So it's not as new as some of these other launches, but still relatively new from CoverGirl. So it's the CoverGirl Simply Ageless Triple Action Concealer. When I was using this, I was kind of trying to use it similar as I would like my NARS Radiant Creamy or like the Kosas concealer, just any general concealer that I love. However, when the Rare Beauty Under Eye Brightener came out and it has, you know, that little steel ball applicator, I was like, oh my gosh, this reminds me so much of the one from CoverGirl, because the CoverGirl one has the ceramic applicator and a very similar lightweight fluid kind of serum like formula to it. So when I use this as an eye brightener versus like a concealer to, you know, hide things, I love it so much more. So I wear this on light makeup days or natural makeup days, or days where I'm not even wearing any type of base makeup but just want something underneath my eyes to really brighten it up. I think it looks so nice, and it dries down very similar to the one from Rare, to where it just kind of feels more like a second skin and not really like a concealer product. So I really like this. I think it's for a specific person. Like I said, I had to kind of set it away for a while and then come back to it and really fell in love with it. So if you are a fan of those like lightweight kind of like brightening liquid under eye products, I think this is one to check out. And obviously it's a lot more affordable than the one from Rare. So obviously with the warmer springtime weather and then summer's right around the corner, the bronzing launches have been everywhere. So there are 2 new contour wands. e.l.f. has the Halo Glow Beauty wand, and this is the contour in the shade Tan Deep. And then Flower Beauty has the Low Light Liquid Corrector. This one's in the shade Medium. If I had to tell you if I liked one over the other, I would say I like them both. Give me a little bit more time with them to decide if I truly find that one is better. I think the biggest thing is that the e.l.f. one has a little bit more pigmentation to it, and I do actually fancy the tinier puffball applicator on the e.l.f. one. So the e.l.f. one is slightly more precise, it feels like, when I'm applying it. And then with the Flower one, you have more of kind of like a flat, rounded pom-pom, very similar to the one from Charlotte Tilbury. Now, I think if you want something that's a little bit more beginner friendly, I would actually probably suggest the Flower one. It just seems to blend out, not nicer or better, it just seems to blend out a little bit more sheer than the one from e.l.f. So the one from e.l.f. I would say is definitely like, if you are completely comfortable with liquid contouring, I think you'd really like this one. And I just like how I can put the e.l.f. one like in the eye area and get the nose contour and everything just super perfect. They both get my stamp of approval. They're both really nice. Pixi came out with a bronzing stick. Now, I have been completely addicted to this. Now, I'm sure you know Pixi has these little blushes that went viral last year all over TikTok. So this is from that same line, and I have this one in the shade Beach Glow. I love this product. It is sheer but buildable. It is glossy and it just looks so gorgeous on the skin, like real tanned dewy skin, and it's beautiful. It's got just the right amount of pearl and luminosity to it so that you get some light reflecting off of the skin, but not overly intense to where it looks so fake or so overdone. The shade Beach Glow is also just like the prettiest bronzy copper type of shade. It's absolutely gorgeous. Keep in mind this does set down more glossy and more balm-like on the skin, very similar to the blushes. So if you do want to bump up the longevity on this, I would suggest setting with either a translucent powder or a bronzer just to give it a little bit something extra to help stay in place. These contour puffball squeeze tube applicators are really the moment. I think it's just the convenience of being able to directly apply the product to the skin straight from the component itself. But the Milani liquid highlighter, I have this one in the shade Lunar, which is a gorgeous soft gold. Very beautiful, very pigmented. I love this. I think it just puts down the right amount of twinkle and glisten on the skin. You can still build it up if you want something a little bit more intense. I think this looks so cute, kind of taken underneath the brow bone and on the inner corner of the eye as well. Lunar is such a gorgeous shade. It also does dry down for me personally, so I don't feel like it stays sticky or moves around much throughout the day. I think it's just like a really gorgeous liquid highlight. And this one, the applicator is actually the most similar to the one from e.l.f. So I do like that about this one. I feel like if you're somebody who wants to apply it directly to the skin, you get a little bit more precision. Now for using it on the high points of the cheeks, you can dot it on there as well, but I like a little bit more of a dispersed one. So I like pick it up on my fingertip or a brush and just kind of like press it onto the high points. But this is absolutely like, this is good. If you don't want to spend the money on the more expensive luxury ones, this is just as good. I'm telling you now. The Ulta Beauty Glow Mist, the setting spray, the one in the tangerine bottle. Gorgeous. You don't need to use highlighter when you use this. When you shake it up, there's actually a pigment mixing ball in here, so it's really gonna help get those pigments mixed throughout the formulation of the spray. And then when you spray it on your face is just kissed with a glisten of illuminator, and it helps keep your makeup in place all day, and then also gives your makeup a little bit more of a dewy finish. So think the iconic London Glow Mist. That is the vibe of this. And I love having like a bronze option that's not pink. Moving into eyeshadows, there are two new launches that I'm very excited about. So I want to start off with these ones from Flower. These are the watercolor eye tints. I have two different shades, Twilight Wash and then Sienna Wash. If you are familiar with the Kosas 10-second eyeshadow, that is exactly how these perform. So if you're somebody who likes just a light wash of color on the eyes and you want more of like a tinted vibe and also don't really want to have your hand forced at using a makeup application brush, these are for you. I think they're just really nice, easy to work into your routine. If you want just like a kiss of color and shimmer on the lids, they look really beautiful. If you want to bump up the longevity, I would suggest pairing it with an eyeshadow primer because I don't find them to be particularly long lasting on their own, but when paired with an eyeshadow primer, I love these. I love just like a kiss of color on the lids. I think it's so flattering, so feminine, and just so effortless. Like it just looks very chic. So big fan of these. And then the other ones I want to share are from Wet n Wild. So these are the Wet n Wild Shadow Silk Liquid Shadows. I cannot believe I am saying this, but you know how obsessed I am with the L'Oreal Brilliant Eyes liquid shadows. I raved about those for years. I think this is a better formula. These are glistening, glowing. They just make your eyes look so beautiful and they're so easy to use. Again, I don't feel like your hand is forced at using a makeup application brush when wearing these, but if you want like a perfect application, all you have to do is just apply them directly to your lid using the doe foot applicator and then just blend out the crease with a little bit of a buffing brush, and like wham bam, your eye look is done. Now the Wet n Wild ones are long wearing, so you don't have to pair these with an eyeshadow primer, and they are just so beautiful. Like when you see the swatches of them, you will just be like, okay, I'm obsessed. I need to get more shades. So I have Bronze Digger, which is beautiful and just very angelic looking on the eyes. And then Lunar Beige, which is just a really sweet, again, kind of like angelic shade. I think they're literally amazing. And then two lip products I want to talk with you about. So the CoverGirl Clean Fresh Yummy Glosses. I've been raving about these. I'm obsessed. They're so wonderful. Just really sheer tints. They have this gorgeous jelly-like finish on the lips and they smell addicting. Like, The smell on these glosses, they all smell slightly different, but oh my gosh, it's just like lip smacker, but more elegant, you know what I mean? They're just not overly fruity. I love the fragrance. If you're sensitive to fragrance, though, you probably aren't gonna love them, but the smell is one of my favorite things about these, and the tint that you see in the tube is gonna be much less apparent on the lips. So it's not like a purple lip gloss or like super peachy. It's just gonna give you a slight tint on the lips, and they're so juicy and they're so pretty. I have now purchased 4 of these NYX Fat Drip lip oils. I'm obsessed. I really love these. I wouldn't say that these are like a traditional like lip oil, so don't think like the Dior ones or the Clarins ones. These are much more similar to like a lip oil lip gloss hybrid, thus giving them more longevity than your typical lip oil. I love these. These are a little bit more punchy, so if a little bit more color and tint to the lips is what you're looking for, I would say get these. And don't be afraid. Wait, I feel like I have 5 of these. I'm missing one. I have a dark brown one too, so I have 5 of these now, but don't be afraid of these darker shades because they are so flattering and so gorgeous. I know that this one looks like it'd be like a crazy gloss color, but it is the most stunning jammy berry shades. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, I've been doing Instagram reels of like lip swatches, and like when I get new stuff, I'll do like quick, you know, try-ons and stuff like that. So all of my like short form content on Instagram, I post it on there first, and then like kind of try to batch post it on YouTube Shorts. But I do like how Instagram and TikTok have longer formats for that short form, whereas on YouTube Shorts you really have to be a minute, and sometimes I need just a little bit more time because I am a long form girly at heart and I need like a little bit of extra time. So the lip gloss and like lip products were the last few things I wanted to mention. So if you have any questions, please feel free to hit me up in the comments down below. I'm gonna list and link everything in the description box down below for you, and please, you guys, leave comments, talk to me. I love talking to you guys. I read all of the comments and it really helps me gauge what to film for YouTube. I feel like I've been focusing so much more on like the short form platforms because it seems like that's what people are the most engaged with, but I am like missing uploading on YouTube. Like I miss my YouTube channel, but sometimes I feel like when I make the videos and then I don't get as many comments, I just feel like people aren't as interested in them. So I'm like, I feel like, you know, you guys are just more like into my Instagram reels right now, or like my Instagram short form videos. I really want to get back into filming long form videos regularly for you and like getting back into a schedule and everything. But I would just, I need you to leave comments and let me know like what you want to see, what you thought about the video, even you just saying hi, like it really makes a difference. So I miss you and I want to start making long form videos all the time again. So I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye everyone.